Hi, everyone. It's Heather here with Magnificent Mamas and Magnificent Authors podcast. We are joined here today with author Dani Nicole. Dani, would you like to introduce yourself?
Yes, thank you, Heather. So I am Dani Nicole, and I am a new author. I just published my first fiction novel called Entangled with Deceit. It is a romantic drama, we could say, novel that has just been published. So I'm excited about it. I was nervous at first because it's my first publication, so kind of didn't know what to expect, how to navigate myself into the publishing realm or author realm. So, but I'm excited and I'm ready to write more.
Yay. Romance is where it's at right now, is what I hear. I hear a lot of people talking about romance and being popular. So when did your novel come out?
So my novel came out March of 2024.
Okay, so it's new.
It's a baby. It's like when you have a baby, so it's probably a month old, I guess you could say.
Not sleeping through the night.
No, oh my God, no, I am. I know. It kept me up all night, Steve.
Oh, those nights. Those nights when you're trying to go to sleep and you got to get back up and
yes,
blame it on the baby, but it's, you have to go right and get it out of your head.
It's my baby. It's my new birth. I initially wrote it in 2017.
Okay.
And I just sat on it, and I finally decided pick it back up in last year in 2023. And that's when I started the process of getting it edited and moving forward with proofreading and things like that. And it took about a year to really get it, to understand it more and learn about editing and proofreading and the whole copywriting. And just, I didn't know. I really didn't know a thing. I'm telling you, when I was new to it, I was like new to
everything.
I just wanted to write it and get it out there. And people were like, oh my God, no, like there's like some do's and don'ts and some things some checks and balances that you have to do.
Definitely.
Before.
So did you know about like beta readers and ARC readers?
No clue. I just knew I had a book was holding on to, and I need to get it out there. And I was like, what do I do?
No.
That was it. So
it's definitely a learning process for sure.
It is. I learned a lot, and I'm still learning, and I'm just grateful for people like you who have the podcast that can share new authors and their stories, and how they got to, because I didn't know.
Yeah.
Wasn't a follow a community of authors and writers and beta readers and publishers. When I tell you I was in the dark, I had like no clue.
I remember not too long ago, I was looking for a beta reader for one of my stories. And this girl was like, and this is in a free beta reading group, mind you. And she's like, do you pay? And majority people want to do it for free,
Really? I didn't know that.
Yes. And I was like, no, beta readers usually do it for free. And she's like, well, I might not read it then. I was like, okay, thanks.
Yeah, I didn't know that either.
Yeah.
I didn't, because I was thinking, that's when I found out that people really would genuinely be like, I'll read it for free, I'll be the beta reader. I really was like, oh wow, like that's nice. I just was.
Yeah, definitely. That's, something important to know too, because like beta readers read it for free. ARC readers usually get, an ARC copy or an ebook, and then they're supposed to leave reviews on the day that, like Goodreads, it lets you leave reviews early. Amazon, you have to wait till it launches, obviously.
Yeah.
Now, what we do also is, besides Goodreads and Amazon, we do it on our website. So we provide reviews as well. So.
Okay.
That's so great. It's always exciting, yes.
Yeah, it's very exciting. Again, it's exciting, but it's nervous and kind of scary at the same time, because I'm new and I'm learning, and it's really a lot though.
Oh yeah. It's a
It's
huge process
a
in
huge problem.
connecting, finding your readers. I don't
Yes,
know. So I write sci-fi fantasy, but I'm sure romance, you've got to find the right people that are interested. It might not be as hard to find, you know, readers as sci-fi, I would guess, but I don't know
yeah.
on that.
I think it's still hard because I think because I'm new,
Okay.
I think it's still kind of hard. Maybe it's still hard finding my readers. I still think so. Because it's
It'll get easier.
okay. Well, that's good. Maybe when I write more.
Yes, definitely. I've noticed a lot of authors say, the first book, but once they get, second book under their belt, third book under their belt, they start to notice their readership growing more.
Okay.
And the reviews help too to
Okay.
get it out there. So,
Okay. Well, good. Well, that's good. Whew.
yeah,
So keep writing.
keep writing.
Keep-
And just keep in mind, I mean, I don't know if you got into writing for the money or just to get the story out there, but you wouldn't become a bestseller overnight,
Right.
nobody does.
Right. Right.
And just sharing your story and sharing your book is, the most important thing, I think. And getting starting off with one person that enjoys it is a wonderful feeling. Getting to two and three, and
Yes.
before you know it, you're at 100 and then 500, and you know,
Right. And I had to learn that. Absolutely. And like I said, when I joined the community of authors and writers and publishers and just hearing other people's stories, and that's what a lot of people said, it's not about, you might not be the bestseller on the first book, and that's really not what it's about. It's about telling your story, because it might be the fourth book, it might be the fifth book, but the story, getting it out, if that's your passion,
yep,
that'll come. It's just get your story out there that so people can enjoy reading your story, and if that's your passion, then do that, and
definitely.
that'll come with it. But you're sharing your story and you're sharing your passion. So and you know what, I got a lot of stuff in here, and I'm like, okay, I just gotta get it. I gotta get it, the rest of it out now. I did one. Let me.
Yep. So tell me about number one, your book.
So number one it's Entangled with Deceit, and so it came about from past relationships. So I
Okay.
kind of took, it is fiction, but I kind of took, as the younger me, the younger single me, experiencing relationships and dating and thinking I found the man of my dreams, and
It not
no,
turning out that way.
and then
Never
he's like,
does.
nope, and then he's the liar, and then there's the guy that he's the charmer, but he betrayed me, and then he's the guy, oh, okay, this is him, but he's not telling the truth and he's lying to my face. And as a young 20, early 20s, early 30s, I'm naive. And so, okay, maybe the next guy. And so Victoria is this young lady. She's establishing a career, but she just hasn't found love. So, like, that's it. If once I find love, my world will be complete. Of
Yep.
course, right? When we
Of
found men in
course.
our dreams, that's the icing on our cake. But
That's what, the little girls, it used to be, grow up, find Prince Charming, get
yes,
married, and life is perfect, happily ever after. That's
nope. It's not, because relationships are work and they don't always work out. And then you're back at square one. You're like, daggone it.
yep.
He's not the one. And so Victoria believes she's found this guy, Erickson, and they have a great romance, but lies and betrayal and deceit pop off in the book. And it's just like, bam, it's like
And
a crash. And then she's like, oh my God, like, what happened to the man of my dreams? Like, what in the world? And she's just like devastated.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so I was, and that's, like I said, that's just kind of with some past experiences. And I kind of wanted to get that because everyone, even men, like it's for men and women, like,
Yeah. I was
and,
going to say it's definitely relatable to most people that have ever had any dating experience in some sort of way.
right. If you've had any dating experience, no matter what age, like if it's 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, older, like
Yeah.
you've had a dating relationship, and if you've had some failures, but it was deceit,
I
some
think that's
real
majority of the people, you know.
right. Someone can relate in the world that, hey,
Yes.
I'm a Victoria.
Yep.
I've had this
So,
relationship. Yes.
so, what would you say the spiciness is? Like, is it closed door, open door? Like, how, like, when people say romance, sometimes it's like, okay, well, definitely not suitable for my, 16, 17-year-old.
Um, I would say 18 and older.
That, like,
Um,
some romantic scenes.
a few, and when I was writing, putting in a few, just a few, and it's just gonna sound funny, but because even though I'm older, I think about my mom. So when I'm writing a few scenes, because my mom, she purchased the book, and then but when I was writing, I'm like, oh my god, like
My mom's gonna read this. How graphic am I going? Because my mom's gonna read it, and Auntie over here is gonna read it. And
right.
Grandma.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yep. So it just made me kind of laugh about it, because I'm a grown woman, but sometimes my mental was like, oh, mom's gonna be like, girl.
Yep.
Yeah.
I
So
get that completely.
18 and older, I would prefer, but
I mean, to each their own. I'm just trying to
right.
get an idea of the spiciness because some people like it,
Mm-hmm.
super, super spicy.
No, you won't get super, super spicy, but you're gonna get a little bit. You
I
will.
talked to an author one day and I said they should have like ratings like movies do
Oh
for
yeah.
books.
Yes.
So is it like
Um.
PG-13, R, X,
Ooh,
triple X?
No, I would say PG-13.
Well, that's what I'm saying. They need to have a rating for books like
That's
that.
a good idea. You know what? That is fair. I agree because some books I've read, I was like, ooh, and I'm older. I was like, ooh,
Okay,
okay.
so my daughter's 15 and she listens to audiobooks. And I happened to hear this one. It was a fantasy story, um, a werewolf shifter. Those are kind of popular in the
Yeah.
fantasy world right now.
Mhm.
And she had it playing out loud because her earphones were dead. And I was like, that's kind of graphic, like some um R-rated at least graphicness on there.
Yeah.
Like maybe next time something not so graphic.
Right.
Like I was shocked at it. I was like,
Yeah.
they need a rating system.
Yeah. We can rate these books. Yeah. Yeah. You have to have a parental discretion advised. Just like,
Yes,
right. Right.
definitely.
Absolutely. Yes. Yes. That
Because
would be
what
good.
might be fine for me, like you might take some super religious family down the road, and that might not be okay for them to read.
Right, right. That is a really, yeah, really good idea. I thought, yeah, because some
That's
some of these books, yeah, just a tiny bit of whoa. Didn't
and
see that coming.
not even just for romance, but like horror. Like I read
Oh,
one, and I would rate it like an R, but like definitely, some trigger warnings in there.
yes, yes, yeah, even for adults. Like you're right.
Yeah,
Like I read some and I said, oh, oh my goodness.
not
I got
saying any book is bad at all,
right, right.
but some people need that heads up.
Absolutely. You are absolutely right. Just a little bit of heads up on her.
No,
Not at all. Mm-mm. No.
might make people more interested, honestly.
Yeah, if they just get a little bit of heads up, yeah, absolutely. They'll enjoy it maybe more. That's
So
true.
you you want to tell me a little bit more about the other characters? You mentioned you said her name was was it Veronica?
So
No.
Victoria,
Victoria.
Victoria's the main character who meets Erickson.
That's where I was getting that sound of the name.
Yes, I know, right? I know, a tongue twister. You're like, wait, what? So Victoria meets Erickson, the man of her dreams, in the novel, and he starts off that way, of course, right? He's the charmer. He romances her. They enjoy each other's company. And then there is someone from his past, of course, that is just a friend, just someone from my past. No need to worry. But this person pops up
in the weirdest places.
Yes.
Weirdest times, calling at 3 a.m.
Just popping up. And so it's like, but that's just a friend, right? And so, and then what you're going to find out is that, so what comes out about Victoria is that she's from a single parent home. Mm-hmm. So her father was not in her life, and she's going to kind of reflect on that in the book. So she's wondering if maybe some of her insecurities with men is because her father wasn't there.
Yep.
And maybe that's why she's choosing who she's choosing, because she's trying to figure out, that emptiness or that void, because she didn't have the father to fill that void. So
that makes sense.
Yeah, so the men that are coming and going are fitting the void, and that's where the continual for, not meeting the match.
Yeah.
Not having a man that matches her, because she can't fill that void because her father wasn't there. And so, that's kind of hints. There's another one that's not the right guy.
Yeah.
As you could say,
That's something a lot of people can relate to, especially in this day and age too, Used to be back in the day, single parent households weren't very common, and now it's like very common.
Yes. And that and on my Facebook page, and I might put this back out there. So early on, I listed before the book was released, I had shared a picture of Victoria, and I kind of put her qualities and her background. Mm-hmm. And then I did that for Erickson.
Okay.
His qualities and his background, to kind of let you see, because he came from a 2-parent family home, but his father was a cheater. So his parents were involved in infidelity. So that could be why he
is the way he is.
Right. And so maybe I'll put that back out there, because now that the book is released, as you're reading, you can kind of see the two and their backgrounds kind of right. See why in the book, this is why this is going the way for her life. And, because their backgrounds can kind of decide who you're with, or who you end up with, because my mom or dad, this happened in my life with my family versus yours. And that could be a triangle effect of why you treat women the way you do.
Yeah, because that's that brings it back to the whole nature versus nurture conversation.
Right. Exactly. So, I gotta put that. There we go. I gotta put that back out. Make a note. Gotta make some notes now. See, stuff is coming out
all the time. I've got a notebook right here.
Let me make some notes right now. Back out on Instagram and Facebook. Yep. Bring it back so they can kind of see the two. This is why this happened. It's like the cause and effect of things, and why the book, now they see, why he is what he is and why she does what she does. So
makes sense.
Yeah, I'm good at it.
Do they overcome their stuff, or does she realize just what type of person he is? I mean, without giving away spoilers, are we looking for a happy ending, or are we looking at a realistic ending? Can you give any of that away without spoilers?
Let me think. Can I give that away?
Because obviously we don't want spoilers because we want people to go read the book.
The ending is going to really surprise you. You're not going to suspect the ending at all.
Nice.
No,
I'm curious.
Mm-hmm. You're going to be like, what? Because I changed the ending a few times.
Yep.
Yeah, because I did that. The first ending was like you said. I was trying to figure out, do I want it to be the happy ending, or do I want it to be this like, this bad ending, get it on my face, like this is it. But I said, no, I'm gonna give him a twist. It's a twist, and you're gonna say, because I've been reading things, reading lately, and it's like these endings are like, I never expected that to happen. So it's gonna be, I never expected that.
So is it going to be one of them twists that leave us hanging for them to show up in a second book?
No second book. The twist will be the ending, and it's gonna be the why. What?
Okay.
Yep. So that'll be it. I won't because I was gonna leave you guys hanging, but I said no. I'm gonna close it up and make it end. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I won't leave you hanging on the ledge. No, I won't.
I can respect that.
Sometimes I don't like those.
Yeah, sometimes it's a little rough. Not gonna lie.
It's to my heart sometimes. I can't even go on when it's like that sometimes. So
or the ones where like you're so into a series or something like that, and then it just ends.
Yes.
Like almost unexpectedly ends, like for whatever reason, and you're like, man, there should be, this should be happening next. This should be happening next. Like you're leaving me hanging, dude.
Yeah. I promise. Yep. I didn't want to leave you guys hanging because I said no. I won't do that to my people for the first book. I can't do it to them. So no, it's gonna close. Close in.
You got ideas roaming around in your head now. You mentioned.
Yes.
So we're looking at other books.
We're looking at
right?
other books. Yes.
Are you in the process of writing the other books yet, or not yet?
Yes. So I started the other book, and I'm going to give you the title.
Okay.
And it is called, oh my goodness. It's just, oh my God.
It's okay. It's okay. You're good.
You know what? What is the title of the book? Oh, no. Oh my God, Heather. Jeez. I've been thinking about it to tell you all day.
Don't you hate when that happens? I can't stand it. Like,
oh, I got it. Okay, midwife.
Faster than I would have.
Midwife crisis.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the next book.
Nice. That's awesome.
Yep. That's it. That is it. You know what? Usually I don't have the title first. I usually write the book first, then I have the title.
Yep.
But this time I had the title first, which is really like usually not the norm. So, but that's the title.
I know, like my books are like a standalone series, so they all kind of intermingle and whatnot. But like I said, mine's sci-fi fantasy, and one of them is, I just put on the document like werewitch because she's a werewolf witch.
Oh, I like that.
And my daughter's like, okay, well, that's the title now. And I'm like, no, that really wasn't the plan.
Right.
Like, she's awesome and that fits. And I'm like, no, But now, like when we refer to that story,
Mhm.
it's the werewitch.
It's the where there. See, there it
So
is. That's the title.
it's
See,
so funny because the way some of these titles go and not intentionally trying to name it like that at
right,
all.
right. It's just like fits then though when you listen to it again, you're like, oh yeah, that's gonna have to be it. Like, nah, it's got to fit, and that's gonna be the title.
Yeah.
Yes,
But
absolutely.
I kind of just go off the characters and then,
Yes.
come back to it later.
Mhm.
But that didn't happen in that case.
Right, exactly. It's same with this. Exactly. It just came first, and it usually does not come
Yeah.
last. Yeah, yeah. It just
I
one of
get it
those
completely.
where it came first. There it
When
is.
you're writing, do you outline or are you a pantser? Like right by the seat of your pants, that type of thing?
So, um, at first, I just didn't have outline, but I just wrote and wrote. But now, like I said, after joining the community of authors and writers and getting some really good information and resources, um, I'm outlining now, and I find that that really helps. It kind of keeps
That.
me. It kind of keeps me just in a little bit of order to just get, so I won't be all over the place. I guess it helps me for the most part because I can get more detail. I think for me.
Definitely.
Yeah, it helps a lot. And I think I want to stick with that moving forward. Yeah, absolutely.
Good. See, I couldn't do that, but I picture everything in my head and it plays out in my head and then I write it all out. And so sometimes I've got, 5 chapters here and then a couple random chapters that later on go into the story
Yeah,
once it all gets built.
yeah,
It's funny. So it's like labeled other chapter in this story,
yeah,
another chapter in this story. It's funny, but that's the way my brain goes.
yeah,
So
yeah, yeah. And it, I mean, there's no right or wrong. And that, and that, like you should like to see, that works for your brain. Like your brain has to kind of just puts things and how it wants it to go. And hey, you go with
I tried to make a timeline once. Oh my gosh, it was so bad. Like I even tried like index cards and like visually putting it
uh-huh.
on the floor in front of me. Yeah, that didn't work.
That wasn't a go, huh? No.
That was not a go. That was a hard no on that one.
Well, but at least you tried.
Hey, I tried.
You tried. See?
It was funny.
You tried. Yes. At least you tried. Mm-hmm.
But I guess that's like, I'm going over the course of many years
Yes.
throughout the standalones.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So it's different than, some stories would be with a timeline,
Right. Right.
I think at least.
Yeah. Absolutely. And I'm learning. I mean, it could like it take like the first book worked that way without the outline, but it was finding like with this one, I needed the outline, and it might be different for the next one. So,
Yep.
and I don't know.
I get it. I get it completely. I
Mm-hmm.
totally understand. So, as a new author, what would you say the best piece of advice you've learned so far is?
The best piece of advice I've learned is um, don't be like anyone else. Stay in your lane and follow your path. Because when I started, I was trying to do like I had all these communities and all these groups, and I was just trying to follow and listen to everybody's story and how they did it, and I really got confused. And I
Yeah.
had to stop and say, Danielle, if you try to do it like everybody, you got 20 lists, 20 ways to do it. You can't do all 20.
Nope.
So
Not at all.
step back and figure out what way is going to work for you and do it that way. And that's what I did.
That's awesome.
Yeah, because it was so confusing. I had a list of 20 things
Oh, I believe it.
that everybody was doing. And I said, I cannot It's only 24 hours in a day. I'm
There's not enough time in the day. Let me tell you, from what I do and never getting all my stuff accomplished, plus trying to write and everything else, there's not enough time.
Yep.
If there was, man, I'd get a lot more accomplished.
We need 36 hours. How about that? But no,
Shoot, 36, how about 72?
Yeah.
Or just, you know, maybe our bodies don't need to sleep. But then there's that scary thought that if we didn't need to sleep, then, you know, people would be working a whole lot more.
Right.
Like jobs would be like, hey, so nobody sleeps, so you guys can come work
Right.
12 hours or 18 hours. Negative, speed racer.
Not gonna do that. Nope. Can't help you there. Yeah. Yeah. So
I love sleep though, so.
Yeah, and your body needs sleep because it'll tell you when you need it.
Oh yeah. I don't feel like the I need to go to sleep feeling, like the tired feeling.
Mm-hmm.
And when I take my medicine and then I go, after a certain time, I go lay down and like, then I'm like, I can't even keep my eyes open.
Yeah.
Like it just, all of a sudden it's hitting and it's
Yeah.
like, how come I didn't feel tired 5 minutes ago
Right.
if I'm this tired?
Right, right. Yeah, your body said, you know what? Yeah, you're tired. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Every night. That's how it is.
Yes.
Like I take my seizure medicine at 10 o'clock and I take my other medicine around midnight and then I lay down sometime after that and it's like, kaboom, you are dead tired. Where did that come from? Because if I went and laid down, I could have stayed up till 7 a.m. easily.
Yeah. Yeah.
And not felt tired.
Yeah. Yep. You got it. But you need your rest. Body.
Oh, yes.
You gotta have your rest.
Everyone does.
Everyone does. Believe it or not.
Yep. So I am gonna have to wrap up.
Yes.
The day that this podcast airs, we will be featuring your book on our website and our social media channels so that everyone can check it out, providing links, you know, that fun stuff. Do you have anything else you want to say or add before I close for the night?
Well, they can find my book on Amazon.
Yep.
Of course.
And we'll provide links as well.
Okay. Other than that, I'm just glad I do appreciate you and providing the opportunity for me as a new author to share. I do. I really do. And I thank you. And
you are so welcome, dear.
I hope everyone buys my book and I hope they enjoy, give reviews. Oh, follow me on social media at Dani Nicole, the author, at Facebook and Instagram. Yes.
Well, if you ever need a review, you just reach out because we will review.
Okay, so you'd review the book.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yep.
Great.
Just get a hold of me. You've got my email address, I'm assuming.
Yes.
Or reach out on social media, any platform we're on. So
I will do
we're
that.
on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, Pinterest, LinkedIn, Alignable, Tumblr, Threads. I feel like I'm forgetting something. All the social medias. You can find it on all the social medias. So,
all right, we'll do. You have a friend in me.
Well, I am here for you, girl, and I am so happy with your debut book and just the accomplishment. I know you feel amazing.
I do. Thank you
so much. I'm super happy, and I cannot wait to help you reach your readers and help everyone find an amazing book to read.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Everyone, don't forget to check out Dani Nicole's book and be watching for the new ones as they come out.
Yes.
And don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share. Thank you.
Thank you.